Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share with you 10 valuable lessons I've learned after living a minimalist lifestyle for a while. In this world full of chaos and temptations, we often get caught up in the whirlwind of materialism and illusions. That's why I'm making this video. These lessons have not only helped me find inner peace, but have also opened up a new world where simplicity becomes the most magical thing. Let's embark on this journey together to discover how less can truly be more. When reflecting on the 10 lessons I've learned from embracing minimalism, the first one that comes to mind is the mantra, less is more. This principle, which minimalism has instilled in me, was initially foreign and uncomfortable. I used to believe that style demanded extravagance, fashion required abundance, and that having more was inherently better. However, as I took a step back and slowed down, I realized that I couldn't sustain the constant influx of more. I discovered that quality truly does surpass quantity, and that my belongings only held value if they were useful and brought me joy. Anything beyond that was simply clutter. The difference between my past life, where I felt perpetually rushed and constantly striving to keep up with others, and my present, where I can leisurely wash dishes and savor the peace I've found in simplicity, is profound. One of the most beautiful lessons minimalism has taught me is the art of being intentional. In our fast-moving world, we often welcome things that don't truly matter. Our schedules are packed with activities we deem important, but upon reflection, many of them don't bring us genuine joy. I've discovered a deep love for growing plants. I enjoy starting with a tiny seed and nurturing it as it grows. This process forces me to slow down and focus on each step, watering, caring, and placing it in the sun. Growing a plant requires a lot of intention. While being intentional is challenging in our culture, unplugging from social media and simplifying what I can control has helped me grasp the essence of mindfulness in my actions. The third lesson I've known for years, but minimalism has clarified even more, is that experiences hold greater value than possessions. I've always loved traveling, exploring new cultures, and tasting unique foods. These journeys have gifted me with unforgettable memories and emotions that no material possession can replace. Minimalism has taught me to appreciate moments and experiences rather than accumulating things. Travel not only broadens my horizons, but also enriches my soul. Trying local dishes, interacting with locals, and participating in traditional activities create vivid memories that I cherish deeply. These experiences make life more fulfilling and help me understand myself and the world around me. They are the true treasures I find in choosing experiences over possessions. Another valuable lesson I learned, which was incredibly challenging for me to grasp, was that I was constantly chasing an illusion of perfection. Minimalists understand that true perfection is an illusion, an unattainable ideal that often burdens us with unnecessary stress and anxiety. Why do we put ourselves through so much needless sorrow and discomfort? Striving to meet others' expectations is like chasing shadows. It's impossible and leaves us empty-handed. I've come to embrace imperfection and focus on my journey of growth. When I look around my home now, there are plenty of things I'd like to improve, and many items I'd still prefer to part with. However, the idea of perfection is a myth. Rather than obsessing over the things we can't have, the flaws we can't fix, or the comparisons that make us feel inadequate, let's shift our focus to what we can change, the actions we're taking, and the moments that bring us happiness. Celebrate your progress and take pride in how far you've come when you reflect on your journey. Remember, it's not about reaching a perfect destination, but appreciating the beauty of the path you're on. The next big lesson that minimalism has taught me is the discovery of my true values. By eliminating excess and decluttering, I gained a clearer perspective on who I am. It was a revelation. I unearthed aspects of myself that had been hidden beneath the clutter. When I stopped spending all my time managing possessions and maintaining order, I finally had the space to reflect deeply. This pause allowed me to dive into books and subjects I had long been curious about, but never had time to explore. I discovered new passions and interests and realized areas where I needed to grow and evolve. Beyond personal insights, minimalism also opened doors to forming meaningful connections. With fewer distractions, I had more time to nurture relationships I hadn't anticipated, fostering a sense of community and support. I also had the freedom to unleash my creativity, trying out new hobbies and projects I had never considered before. Minimalism is often misunderstood as simply about getting rid of things, but it's much more than that. It's a tool for clearing away the barriers that obscure what truly matters. By simplifying your surroundings and focusing on what you value most, minimalism helps you live a more intentional and fulfilling life. Being grateful and having gratitude are definitely byproducts of minimalism. Once you've gotten rid of all the excess, it's amazing how grateful you become for what you have left. When I got rid of bags and bags of clothing and still had a closet full of clothes, I was shocked. I couldn't believe the amount of excess I had, which was stopping me from appreciating the things I enjoyed, wore, and loved. Getting rid of extra sheets and towels and being able to give these things to people who actually needed and wanted them reminded me of how grateful I should be for what I have. Every night, I can go home to a warm bed and a soft blanket and feel safe. These are the things I'm grateful for now. If you're on a minimalist journey too, throw a heart emoji down below and let us know. We're all in this together. Minimalism encourages you to live more consciously and be more mindful of what you own and consume. When you decide to keep only the items that are truly necessary and valuable, you naturally become more careful in your purchasing decisions and resource usage. This not only helps you avoid waste, but also promotes a sustainable lifestyle that contributes to environmental protection. By living consciously, you learn to appreciate what you have, create a life aligned with your personal values, and make a positive impact on the community around you. Minimalism also places a strong emphasis on self-care by streamlining my life and decluttering my home. By removing unnecessary items, I've created a sanctuary where I can truly listen to my body's needs. This newfound space has allowed me to recognize when I should avoid certain foods or when I need more rest. Tuning into these signals has become a cornerstone of my self-care routine, vital for both my physical health and mental well-being. The thrill of acquiring new possessions no longer compares to the simple joy of sitting peacefully, gazing at my garden, and savoring time spent outdoors. This shift has taught me that true fulfillment comes from embracing the quiet moments and nurturing a deeper connection with myself and my surroundings. Minimalism will teach you how to accept change in the gentlest way. By adopting a minimalist lifestyle, you learn to let go of old possessions and habits, making space for new and positive experiences. Change is no longer something to fear or resist, but rather an opportunity for growth and deeper engagement with life. Removing unnecessary items allows you to adapt more easily to changes, accepting them as a natural and necessary journey. Minimalism teaches us that change is not just inevitable, but also a chance to reinvent and refresh ourselves, opening doors to new experiences and opportunities. Lesson number 10 that minimalism has taught me is the value of freedom, the freedom born from simplicity. When I let go of unnecessary possessions and habits, I not only freed up physical space, but also liberated my soul from invisible constraints. Simplicity is not just about reducing the quantity of things, but but about rediscovering the essence of freedom, living fully with what truly matters and is meaningful. Minimalism has shown me that true freedom does not come from having more, but from appreciating and living fully with what you already have. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my reflections in this video. I always hope that you find something valuable from what I share. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.